There's a few things that I feel that people are not talking about when it comes to Blade that you need to watch out for if you're looking to get him. What's going on, YouTube? Legend here once again, this time at you again with some more Honkai Star Rail. And today I want to talk about Blade. Blade is coming, he's around the corner, right? And I'm gonna lie to you guys, I'm a little sick today, I'm fighting it right now. But I wanted to make sure you guys got this information before Blade came. And I think about a week now. So he's around the corner. But there's a few things that I do want to warn you guys about when it comes to him. Now, first thing I wanted to mention, Blade, and when it comes to building Blade, is going to be a challenge for a lot of us, right? Because the fact of the matter is, the game came out not too long ago. We've been spending all kinds of resources trying to get all our characters up, right? All these different relics, all these different trace materials, all these different things to get them up. And Blade is going to really want to use that new set that's coming out. So you're going to have to split your attention and start farming this new set too. These new sets are actually pretty good. It's not a complete loss. But the fact of the matter is, at this point, nobody has any of them. So you're starting from scratch. You don't have much of a way to use Blade without his set, because what other options does he have, right? You can use the wind set for him. Now the wind set is okay, I guess, it has some wind damage and it does advance him forward a little bit. It's a really good set that you can put on him. But if you don't already have a set to put on him from the wind set, then that's a problem within itself, because you don't want to farm for the wind set just to replace it, right? That doesn't make sense. For me, the set that I'm going to use, and you guys might call me crazy for this one. You guys are going to call me out of control for this right here. But I'm going to use the Guards of the Weathering Snow on him. I didn't farm this set for him, because that is not a good idea to do. You should be saving all your Trailblazer power to farm for the new set. But when I look at this set, I want him to get hit, so it's going to reduce his damage, right? And also, it's going to give him some energy and help him recover some HP. So it's not going to help him offensively, but it's going to help him defensively. Now, he's an offensive unit, so you do want to build offense on him, which is why I'd recommend getting the set instead. But it is a solution that I do offer if you don't have a set already farmed for him. If you do have a few of these pieces lying around, or the wind set pieces lying around, maybe you can put that on in the meantime. But for the fact of the matter is that it's going to be a challenge for people when it comes to building his relics. Now, the next thing that I wanted to bring up is his light cone. If you look at the different options for light cone, he doesn't have too many options to use. Well, granted, of course, he can use any of them, but are any of them going to be good? Because I was looking through the light cones, and if we look at some of the options that we have, if we look at this light cone right here, this light cone focuses on building attack on him, right? If we look at this light cone half the passive will focus on building up attack, right? If we look at even this light cone, builds up attack. A lot of them, that's what they're doing. They're building up attack on your unit. But the fact of the matter is, Blade doesn't care for attack that much. Granted, attack is going to help him. It's going to add more damage for him. It's not going to this is not going to have no effect or anything. But the fact of the matter is, he has a very low base attack. For those of you who are familiar with Genshin. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Genshin, I feel bad for you guys, because we bring Genshin up all the time. But for those of you who are familiar with Genshin, look at the character Hu Tao. Hu Tao doesn't want attack percentage because she has a low base attack. The same thing works for Blade. He has a base attack lower than a lot of the 4 stars. And the fact of the matter is, since he has such a low base attack percentage on him is going to be minimal. He wants HP percentage because he uses a lot of his HP to deal damage. So the only light cone that is really going to help him out completely is going to be, besides his signature, of course, is going to be this one right here. This one right here adds damage percent, but even this has a problem within itself, because it gives you damage percent just for having it on, right? But it's going to do damage percent also if you have more HP than the person you're attacking. Now, Blade can do this easily, but the thing with Blade, you don't want to keep him at low HP. You want to constantly healing back up. And if you're going to do that, then there's going to be a small amount of times where his HP is going to be lower than the enemy. This is going to be his best 4-star option, but it's not that great. Meaning that he's a character that really wants his signature light cone. And that is expensive. That is an expensive thing to do. I'm sure more 4-star light cones will come out in the future that he'll be able to use. But as of right now, all these destruction ones are focusing on attack percentage. He doesn't want that. So none of these are all that great on him. And it's just a signature that stands up above the rest by quite a bit. So that is expensive, right? So that's something that you guys need to look out for too. Now, granted, I'm not going to get his light cone. I'm going to put this on him, right? Because of the base stats, basically, most of these light cones are going to be stat sticks for him. It still does add the damage percentage, and it does heal some too, so he's getting 2 out of 3 passes that are going to benefit him. But this one right here, the attack percentage just isn't going to cut it. And not a lot of people have this right here because this is gotcha. You know, a lot of people are going to have to settle for this one right here, which is the same idea, right? It gives you attack percentage, but also gives you damage percent when you break the unit, when you break the enemy, right? Which is okay, I guess. For him, you're gonna be looking for stat sticks. So I say either 5-star light cones or secret vow or whatever you can put on him. That's the thing. That's really the main thing that I'm really focused on or worried about when it comes to him. Now, another thing to watch out for when it comes to Blade is his synergies. The thing with Blade is that he wants a strong defensive option. When I mean defensive, I don't mean somebody like Japard, because Japard builds a shield, and Blade wants to get hit. When he gets hit, it's going to help him with his stacks, and he wants to do that. He wants to get hit, and Japard is going to keep him from doing that. Same thing when it comes to MC. MC is going to taunt, keep him from getting hit. March is going to keep him from taking damage when he gets hit. So this isn't looking too hot right here. Meaning that it's pure healers that he wants, right? He really likes Bailu, I'll say that, because Bailu does raise max HP, which is going to help him out quite a bit, but he really wants Luocha right now too. But that's a whole nother limited unit, so now people are going to be able to get both, right? But Bailu looks great, so you don't have to worry about that too much there. But Bailu is a 5-star, and a lot of people have that. A lot of people are rocking with Natasha and March and Fire MC. And I already told you that Fire MC it isn't going to have good synergy with him, right? He doesn't like preservation units. He just likes the abundance units. That's going to be a problem for a lot of people in their accounts because sometimes Natasha might not be able to handle it. So that's another issue too. So sometimes you have to look at what characters you have on your account and what teammates you're going to be using with him in order to maximize his potential. Granted, I'm not trying to be too negative when it comes to Blade because I'm going to get him, of course, and I think he's going to do a great job for me and for a lot of other people. But these things you need to think about when you get him so you know how to plan around him. Are you going to be like, all right, well, I do have Bailu, so I'm good to go? Or are you going to say, well, I just have Natasha, but I really like him, so I'm going to get him anyway. You know, you're going to say, I'm not going to get a signature light cone, but I got this 5-star destruction light cone, I got Clara's light cone, I got this other light cone, and I think he'll be able to do decent damage with some good base stats from this weapon. And that's going to be fine. You know, you're going to be okay. I'm not trying to talk you out of it because I can make a video even longer talking about all the benefits of him. But people have been talking about the benefits, but they haven't been talking about the negative parts. And I hate being the bearer of bad news, but that's what you got to do. You need to see both sides of the fence. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. I hope I didn't talk anybody out of getting Blade. That's not the goal of this here. My goal is just to educate and make sure you go in pulling for him armed, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Comment your thoughts down below. What do you think about Blade? Are you getting him? How are you feeling about it? Like the video if you like the content and subscribe to the channel so you can get more content like this. With that, I'll end it here. Legend out.